Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a candle. What you're going to need to follow along with this recipe is a jar, wax, a wick, essential oils if you want to add a scent to your candle, and a double boiler. I'm going to use this 8-ounce ball jar. Bought it on Amazon, about 12 of these for $14. You can really use any kind of jar. I often like to use recycled pickle or olive jars. Just want to make sure that it's heavy and thick enough to hold hot wax. For my wick, I'm going to use a square braid cotton number 4 wick. What I like about these wicks is that they have no bleach and no lead in them. Two things you're going to want to make sure that your wick does not have, because you do not want to put toxins in the air. I'm also going to use soy wax. Soy wax is one of the easier waxes to work with. There are 3 main waxes: beeswax, soy wax, and paraffin wax. Paraffin wax is thought to not be healthy to burn. It's on the reasonable side. It holds essential oils very well, and it's fairly easy to work with. Soy wax is thought to be safe to burn. It holds essential oils very well. It's also on the reasonable side, and it's also easy to work with. Beeswax is thought to be really healthy to burn. It's thought to purify the air. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, and there's a little bit of a learning curve when melting it so that it doesn't crack. I'm also going to use this tin bowl as a double boiler. What I do is I put it in my saucepan, and I put about 2 inches of water in my saucepan, and then I just put this on top. For essential oils, I'm going to use these 100% pure essential oils. What I like about them is that I know exactly what's in them, that they're not diluted with carrier oil, and I know that they're safe to burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up my jar that I'm going to use for my recipe about 3 times with this wax. This wax is the flake kind. What I like about the flakes is that you can be more precise, and I can melt enough wax just to fill this jar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up 3 times. I'm going to add it to my tin bowl. Wax comes in, also comes in pellets or bars. The bars are probably a little bit more on the reasonable side, but they take a little bit longer to melt, and it's a little bit harder to be precise with what you want to make your candle in. So I'm going to take my tin bowl, I'm going to put it over my double boiler, and I'm going to let that melt. That's going to take probably about 5 minutes to melt. I already have one melted. This I also really like to use for melting candles. What it is it's a pitcher, it has a handle so I don't burn my hand, and it has a spout so it's easy to pour. So I'm going to put that down for a second. I'm going to let that cool off a little bit before I add my essential oils. Because if you put the essential oils in when it's too hot, you lose a lot of the scent. It's too expensive to lose the scent. So what I do while that's cooling is I take my wick and I measure it from the bottom of the jar to about 2 inches on top of the jar. That should be enough to make my candle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the center of the candle. You can use a little hot glue to hold it in the center. I'm not going to do that this time, but I am going to use a skewer. You can use a chopstick, you can use a pencil, you don't have to use anything at all. But I like a skewer just to make sure that it goes in the center. So I'm going to hold the wick in the center. I'm going to add my essential oils. You can really add as much or as little as you like. I generally add about 10 drops of both of these when I make these. These are cinnamon leaf and clove bud. So I really like these two together. I use about 10 drops of each one to make one candle. So you don't have to be exact with this. I kind of like my grandmother when she was cooking, you know, she just add a little of this and a little of that. And sometimes they come out a little different every time, but that's what makes them special. So I added about 10 drops of both. Then I'm going to add this to my jar. I'm going to fill it up to about ½ an inch above, below the top, below the rim. And then I'm going to wait for that to dry. I'm going to center my wick, and that should dry probably about 3 to 4 hours. You probably don't want to keep it too close to any heat. You just want to keep it in a neutral place so that it can dry properly, and that the wick stays in the center, and that it doesn't crack. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. And I hope to make more videos, so if you want to see more, please hit that like button and let me know. Take care.